Welcome to BNC, your one-stop shop for AI-powered digital marketing.
We're diving deep into marketing bestsellers, kicking things off with Sabri Suby's Sell Like Crazy.
Ready to unlock some serious sales secrets.
Absolutely. Think of this as your cheat sheet to Suby's most powerful strategies, cutting through the noise to bring you the insights that truly pack a punch.
And Sabri, doesn't he just kind of throw conventional marketing wisdom out the window?
Right, yeah. What I find refreshing is his honesty,
Yeah.
Suby argues that most business advice, the standard stuff, it's meaningless without fundamentally shifting your mindset. It's not about those quick fixes. It's about building a business that, well, it practically sells itself.
He's all about ditching that good enough mentality and creating something truly irresistible.
Exactly.
Suby calls it the irresistible offer, and it's a core principle throughout the book, isn't it?
It underpins the whole thing. The key takeaway here is this. Stop chasing customers with the same tired tactics as everyone else. Instead, focus on developing an offer so compelling, so perfectly aligned with what your customer wants that they can't help but say yes.
And that brings us to Suby's larger market formula. Now, he uses this pyramid to illustrate a point that I think a lot of marketers miss.
It's a good way of visualizing it, yeah.
At the top, you've got your 3%, those eager beavers, ready to buy right now.
Then there's that 37% who are actively researching or considering a purchase.
Right.
But here's where Suby throws a curveball. A whopping 60% at the bottom of the pyramid, completely unaware they even need what you're selling.
They don't even know they need you yet.
They don't have a clue.
So while everyone else is fighting tooth and nail for those crumbs at the top, Suby's showing you how to tap into this vast untapped market below.
Absolutely.
It's about creating demand, not just fulfilling it.
And that's the real opportunity for growth.
Right.
Now, how do you reach those who don't even know they need you? Suby argues it's about understanding your customer on a level most businesses, well, they never even attempt.
Okay.
He calls it the halo strategy.
So imagine this. You're not just looking at those basic demographics. You're diving deep into their world.
You're getting into their heads.
Their fears, their aspirations, even their guilty pleasures.
Yeah, it's about understanding what makes them tick.
Okay.
What are their motivations, their pain points, their ultimate desires? And Suby gives some really interesting examples of how to uncover those.
Like what?
Think Google auto-suggest, Reddit threads, even those supermarket tabloids, you know the ones.
Right.
They can be gold mines of insight.
Sounds a bit like mind reading,
A little bit.
but without the creepy stalker vibes.
Exactly. It's all above board. The brilliance of the halo strategy is its practicality.
Okay.
It's not just about knowing your audience, it's about uncovering actionable insights that you can then use to tailor your messaging and your offer for maximum impact.
Right. So it's not enough to simply understand your customer, is it?
No.
You need to use that knowledge to create an offer they can't refuse.
They should be champing at the bit.
Speaking of offers, Suby's got a lot to say about the power of high-value content offers, or HVCOs.
Right?
Now, you've probably heard the saying, give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime.
Classic.
Well, that's the essence of a HVCO, isn't it?
It is. It's giving something of value.
It's about giving away valuable information up front, establishing yourself as an authority, building trust before you even mention the sale.
Exactly. Suby tells this incredible story about an ad so effective it generated 3 million leads. And get this, it ran back in 1948.
Wow.
What was the secret? A free booklet offering valuable information about gardening.
Gardening. Wow.
It's about giving.
So instead of hitting them with a hard sell, you're educating, informing, positioning yourself as the go-to expert.
And by providing genuine value up front, you're not just attracting leads, you're attracting the right kind of leads.
Okay.
Those who are engaged, interested, and primed for your offer.
Which leads us nicely to the Godfather offer. An offer so good, they simply can't say no.
Precisely. Suby argues that your offer is just as important as your product, if not more so.
Really?
He provides a step-by-step process for crafting an offer that's irresistible.
And it's not just about, like, offering discounts or bonuses, is it?
It's more than that.
It's about understanding your customer's deepest desires and framing your offer in a way that speaks directly to them.
You've got it. Think of it this way. What keeps your ideal customer up at night?
Okay.
What are they desperately seeking? Once you understand that, you can craft an offer that feels less like a sales pitch and more like a solution to their problems.
Okay, so we've hooked them with irresistible content, presented them with an offer they can't refuse. Now what? Enter the magic lantern technique. Intriguing, right?
Yeah, the magic lantern technique is fascinating because it's almost counterintuitive. Instead of pushing for the sale, you're pulling them in by overwhelming them with value.
Okay, so give me a breakdown. How does that work?
So Subi uses this analogy of a fancy restaurant. Think of those little amuse-bouches they bring out before the meal, right?
Right.
They're not much on their own, but they give you a taste of the chef's skill and leave you wanting more.
It's about giving them a little taste of what's possible, getting them excited.
Exactly. With the magic lantern technique, you're essentially saying, here's so much incredible value, and guess what? There's even more where that came from, you know?
It's creating that real, I need this feeling. I need this in my life.
Absolutely, yeah. And a key part of this technique is removing any lingering doubts or objections they might have.
Okay.
And that's where really a rock-solid guarantee comes in.
Right. Zuby's a big advocate for what he calls the power guarantee. It's not just about, a simple refund. It's about going above and beyond.
It's about giving them that extra reassurance that you stand behind what you're offering.
Taking away all of the risk.
Precisely. A powerful guarantee shows confidence in your product or service, and it gives the customer that extra nudge to say yes.
It's like saying, look, we're so confident you'll love this. We're willing to put our money where our mouth is.
Right. Exactly.
Now, Suby doesn't just talk about crafting the perfect offer. He also dives deep into optimizing your advertising, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah. And this is where things get really interesting. Subi challenges the traditional view of advertising as an expense.
Okay.
He argues that it should be treated as an investment, just like any other.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
He makes this great comparison to those billionaire investors who are perfectly happy with a 20–30% return on their money.
Right.
And then he asks, why are so many businesses struggling to see similar returns from their advertising?
Good question.
It's because they're approaching it all wrong.
How so?
They're just throwing money at ads without a clear strategy, without really understanding their target audience, their unit economic.
Unit economics. Okay, for those who maybe aren't familiar with that term, break it down for us.
Sure. In essence, it's about understanding the financial underpinnings of your business.
Right.
Things like your cost per lead, your cost per acquisition, and the lifetime value of a customer.
Right. So knowing how much it costs to get a lead, how much to convert them into a customer, and then how much that customer is worth to you over the long term.
Exactly. And once you understand those numbers, you can start making really informed decisions about your advertising.
Okay.
You can identify which channels are most profitable, optimize your campaigns for maximum ROI, and scale your business with confidence. It takes the guesswork out of it.
It's about making data-driven decisions.
Precisely. And this ties back to Subi's point about identifying your Power 4%.
Your Power 4%, those are the high spenders, right? The ones who generate the most revenue for your business.
You got it. Subi argues that once you've identified your Power 4%, you can reverse engineer their behavior to attract more just like them.
So it's about figuring out what makes them tick, what they respond to, and tailoring your marketing accordingly.
Absolutely. Working smarter, not harder.
Love it.
And that brings us to another powerful concept from the book, stacking your traffic channels.
Okay, stacking traffic channels. Tell me more.
So imagine this. You start with one traffic channel, say SEO, and you focus on getting it profitable.
Right.
Then you take those profits and reinvest them into another channel, like Facebook ads, and you keep building.
So it's like it's gaining momentum, each one reinforcing the other.
Precisely. Subi argues that by stacking those traffic channels strategically, you can create a self-sustaining marketing machine that drives consistent growth.
That's a game changer.
It is.
But Subi also emphasizes this importance of understanding what he calls the temperature of your traffic. What does he mean by that?
It's a good point. He's basically saying that not all traffic is created equal.
Right.
Some people are just browsing. Some people are ready to buy right now.
Yeah.
Subi categorizes traffic into 3 temperatures: Tinder traffic, second date traffic, and Netflix and chill traffic.
Okay, I think I'm getting the picture. Tinder traffic. That's those cold leads who are just, they've just stumbled across your brand.
They're just swiping, checking things out. They're not quite ready to commit. Yeah, they're just checking you out, seeing what you're all about.
Yeah.
Then you've got second date traffic. They're a bit warmer.
Okay.
Maybe they've downloaded a lead magnet or signed up for your email list.
They're interested, but they need a bit more wooing before they're ready to take the plunge.
Right. You've got to warm them up a bit.
Yeah.
And finally, we have the Netflix and chill traffic. They're the ones who are ready to buy now. They
Okay.
know what they want, they're just looking for the right offer.
So how do we tailor our approach to these different temperatures?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? You wouldn't propose on a first date, would you?
Well, I mean, I guess there are exceptions, but I get your point.
Exactly. You've got to play it cool. The key is to tailor your messaging to match their buying temperature.
Yeah.
Tinder traffic needs something to pique their interest, like a valuable piece of content. Second date traffic might be ready for a webinar or a case study. And Netflix and chill traffic. Hit them with your best offer.
Right, makes sense. Now, before we wrap up, I wanted to touch on one more, I think, really brilliant insight from Subi, the importance of diagnosing before prescribing.
Absolutely. He uses this great analogy of a doctor just prescribing medication without even examining the patient,
Right. Yeah.
which seems crazy, but that's what so many businesses are doing.
Just pushing their products without really understanding what the customer needs.
Exactly. Subi says that the key to closing more sales lies in understanding your customer's desired outcome.
Okay, their desired outcome.
What are their goals, their pain points? What does success look like for them?
So it's about asking the right questions.
Absolutely. Subi provides a whole load of really powerful questions to get those conversations flowing.
Such as,
Like, if we were having this chat a year from now, what would have to have happened for you to be happy with your results?
it's about getting them to really visualize that ideal outcome, connecting with their why.
Exactly. And once you've done that, you can tailor your pitch to show how your product or service can help them achieve that desired result.
It's not about selling them something they don't need. It's about positioning yourself as that guide, the one who can help them get what they really want.
Well said. And once you've established that connection, closing the sale, it becomes a natural next step. It just flows.
Well, there you have it, folks. Sell like crazy, deconstructed.
We covered a lot.
From the irresistible offer to the magic lantern technique, Subi's has given us a real treasure chest of actionable strategies to transform our businesses. Would you agree?
Absolutely. It's been a fantastic deep dive.
It really has. But remember, knowledge without action is like a car without an engine. It's time to take these insights and put them into practice.
Exactly. Don't just sit on this information. Go out and make it happen.
And if you're looking for a little AI-powered boost to supercharge your marketing efforts, well, that's where Beansy comes in.
Absolutely. We can help you implement these strategies with real precision and watch those sales soar.
You heard it here first. Head over to Beansy.com to learn more. Until next time, happy selling.